everybody, welcome to General Hospital NV, my GH After Show. Let's get right into it. So, at the beginning of the week, Michael got a note from Nelle inside of her jail cell. And let me tell you, that note was very Nelle. I give kudos to the writers for letting Nelle speak through that letter so perfectly because you could just hear her manipulations the entire time. She legit had the audacity to tell Michael that she forgives him for what he did to her. I was like, oh, I was with Carly on that one. I was like, that is such BS. Also, clever Nelle was like, oh, Michael, I hope that you find solace in the loss of our son by getting to know Brad and Lucas's son instead. Perhaps that will get the wheels turning in Michael's head. Ooh, I'm a poet and I know it. Although I gotta be honest, I feel super conflicted about Brad and Lucas losing their baby. I know the baby's Michael's, but it's just not fair. I wanted my gay couple to have a son. Their own son, not Michael's son. When they do lose their baby to Michael, they better get another son ASAP. Speaking of babies, Nina is on the search for her own now. She got a necklace from her mom that was split in half, and she's thinking the other half is somewhere with her daughter. Through pretty much the whole week, she got nowhere with the search, but Curtis, on the other hand, did find out that the nurse that delivered Nina's baby also happens to have a daughter the same age as what Nina's daughter would be. At least I think he said it was a nurse. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Alright, now let's talk about the major drama. As you guys know, Mike last week went into the basement of Julian's pub and tries to cause a gas leak. He was very confused and disoriented. He didn't know that it was daytime still and that there was all these people inside of the pub, and he freaked out in front of Kristina. Kristina did get him out and Julian got the whole crowd out of the bar, but Kristina ran in because she had seen the wrench that was in his hand and wanted to go in after it. She gets knocked out, and then Sunny and Jason, who had showed up, get told by Mike that she is back in there, and Jason, true to form, goes in there to rescue her, and he even gets the wrench out too. The basement, however, did explode. The rest of the pub, totally fine. The basement was like mostly fine as well, except the body came up from out of the floor somehow. I don't even know. Man, I feel like Charlie's pub could survive the apocalypse at this point. I mean, it survived the earthquake a few months back. It survived an explosion in the basement. Like literally none of the upstairs was affected. The alcohol still on the shelves. How? Julian, why do you even need to renovate this in the first place? Like, it is clearly like explosion proof, earthquake proof. What more do you need of a bar? But whatever, details, right? This whole situation scares Mike into realizing that he needs to be put into a home where he can be safe and protected, and so that he doesn't hurt his family anymore. This devastates Sunny, and I gotta hand it to Maurice Bernard. What a performance he gave at the end of the week, like crying, trying to accept the fact that this is what his father needs. Like, Max Gale and Maurice Bernard have been killing it this entire story, which is why I've always felt like this whole body in the basement thing, totally not necessary. Also, it got even more stupid when the body came up out of the basement and like nothing else was destroyed. Anyway, obviously now an investigation is underway and it's being led by Jordan and Margot. We got a new Jordan this week, Brianna Nicole Henry. What do we think so far? Personally, I feel like she sounds like our old Jordan, so like that's a plus. Obviously she doesn't look like her and that's fine. It's a recast, obviously. I'm reserving judgment because we haven't actually seen her interact with Curtis yet. I am worried that the chemistry is not going to be the same. I hope it is. I loved them as a couple, and I absolutely love Vanessa. So I'm like, it's killing me that she isn't here anymore. I'm happy for her, but I'm just sad for not having my Jordan. But I'm holding judgment. You got some big shoes to fill, Brianna. Good luck. Alright, so we talked about the new actress coming into the show. Now let's talk about an old returning character that came back. Robin Scorpio is back and reunited with her mom and her dad. I love seeing those three on screen together. It makes my day every time. She returned to town because A, she wanted to bury the hatchet with her mom after keeping her distance. She kind of feels guilty because once she kept her distance, that's when her mom got kidnapped. B, she also wants to have a conversation with her brother Peter. I really love how Robin handled that situation. I mean, she knows that her mom's gonna have all these feels for her son, and she's saying, you're entitled to those, but I'm entitled to my own feelings about my brother, so stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine. The two of them actually had a really good talk. She was honest and talking about her past with Faison and worried about her daughter and her safety with him now. Peter promises that he's not going to be any trouble for Robin or for Emma or for Patrick. But you know, she's worried. We know that Emma is very curious to talk to her uncle though, so I'm kind of looking forward to Emma coming back to the show and meeting him. Peter is not one of my favorite characters. I mean, he's a fine enough actor. I'm just, you know, I'm not feeling the whole push for him and Maxie to get together. Obviously, those scenes in the elevator with him and Maxie were supposed to try to bring them close together. I still feel iffy about it. You know, her husband hasn't been dead a year. So, no, not wanting it. I don't think I'm wanting it ever, to be honest. Alright, now who caught the scenes between Oscar and Cameron, their little fight, their little fist fight? Cameron let it slip that he kissed Jocelyn and Oscar was not too happy about it. He punched him in the face. And by the end of it, they were laughing together. I like their frenemy vibe. They hate each other, but they respect each other. I kind of respect that. I like that kind of vibe between them. His mom and dad were not cool with him throwing a fist though. Oscar's mom also isn't really digging the fact that Sam knows about Oscar's prognosis. Drew of course told Sam, and Sam can be trusted, but Kim is just not happy. The more people that know, the more in danger Oscar is of finding out the truth about his own illness. Obviously, Drew doesn't think that would be so bad. Alright, last but not least, we have to talk about it. Ryan, he was back on screen this week, and I have to say that he is awful at pretending to be Kevin. Literally the worst. He didn't even know that his brother was married to Laura, obviously, but just like seeing him try to pretend to be Kevin is so hilarious to me. I love that when Lulu walked into his office, he just happened to be on Lulu's picture, and he was just like, Lulu! Like, it was hilarious. John Lindstrom is such a good actor, man. But honestly, I feel like Ryan is gonna get figured out so fast at this point because he's so awful at playing Kevin. I wonder who will be the first to figure it out though. Let me know in the comments below who you want it to be. Me personally, I kinda want it to be either Laura, Lucy, or Felicia. It only makes sense. Speaking of Laura, Jeannie Francis is officially back on set and filming in GH. Finally! Let's get this Jeannie party started because hashtag Jeannie is GH. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. So if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up and you can subscribe if you want to. I do these videos every Sunday and I will catch you guys next week.